The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, as always, it's your boy Ruben. And of course, I got my compadres with me. Got AG on the ones and twos.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
And we got Mo B. What is that flowers on your shirt?
No, actually, it's a sunset.
Okay. Mo B bringing the sun down.
Or sunrise. I guess sunrise, you could say.
Okay, you can speak to the people, though.
Depends on how you want to look at it.
All right, you gonna speak to the people?
I don't want to speak to the people. I'm still tripping off the fact that apparently if you make a fantasy football draft that's not conducive to your schedule, you become a terrible person. So Ruben right now has terrible friends because he's trying to multitask and do a fantasy football draft when he could have did, what he would tell everybody else to if it wasn't for his schedule. He would say, well, you could just set up your draft board. But because it's directly affecting him, he's like, F them. They're terrible people. They're trying to sabotage me.
First of all, I would never ever tell anybody to set up their dashboard
because oh my god, man! I wish I had a time machine so I could just have.
Who did I tell to set up the draft board,
bro? I wish I had a time machine. You said that, sir. Man, if you just set up your draft board, it shouldn't even matter.
That's in Madden. That's different.
How's it different?
Because, man,
it's not Reggie.
Because, man, it's not.
I'm sorry. Let's keep it moving. I'm sorry.
You always lecture me on how not to get sucked into this.
You're right, and I apologize. We're good.
All I'm saying.
Right now, hey,
Ruben, they're terrible people. Let's move on. You're right.
I mean, you brought it up. Damn.
And you're right. And I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go, and I'm letting it God. That's I'm just it's.
Did you say
you
let
involved
God
in this? Wow.
Jesus. Oh my God. Man. Can I ask a question?
Sure thing.
Now, I believe in the man upstairs, God, and all that. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't really go to church, like some people think I should. But I got a question. So, like in church, I've heard multiple things, from multiple people. Everybody's got their own little thing, Like I've heard people as a preacher saying something that they agree with. That's tight, but it's right. And I'm thinking to myself, that has nothing to do with. I don't think about God when I hear that statement. But as I, in the church, hopefully not starting to burn up, I back up and I realize what he's saying. But still, I mean, there are other ways to say that. Then it's tight, but it's right. But because, that's just a whole different thing. And then, of course, like, I guess this day and age, the kids, like you hear it in rap songs all the time. Like, they be like, on God. And I'm just like, what on God? Like, I don't understand.
Because you're old.
I mean, I understand I'm old, but what I don't understand is the whole, like, it. I mean, are they saying, like, explain to me what they saying, Moby.
Why the hell are you asking me? Because
I can explain it.
I'm trying to figure out what you don't understand about. You're old. You're not supposed to keep up with the current lingo. It's not for you.
I understand.
Nor is it for me. Like, I ain't going around saying it.
Well, me either.
I try not to say expressions.
I'd be curious, man.
But I don't. Like, I don't understand why you're so curious. They young.
Why can't
let them have it?
What's wrong with being? I ain't saying it's
curious,
wrong,
but that's not really what you're doing. You're
trying to analyze it.
I didn't even think that. I think you're trying to find a way to like
Judge it.
it's a backhand. It's not even a compliment, but you
Wow,
just
really?
Trying to hate on it.
yeah.
How am I?
Because you know what it means, man. Just move on. You know what it means. When somebody says on God, that's like somebody saying hand to God. That's what that means.
Simple,
And that's
very
something we
simple.
said.
Hand to God. I don't know. what that means.
Meaning,
It means they're serious. That means
Okay.
yeah.
or
Okay.
somebody say it's almost like saying no cap.
See, and like Moco Cowboy put the whole no cap thing right here. And at first, for a very long time, I didn't know what that meant either. You know, because here's the thing. Like, I just like to, like, because we've talked enough on the show that how I'm not exactly like, I don't really like a lot of the rap music these days. But that don't mean that I don't want to understand what they're saying.
When you say things like rap music these days,
You old.
Right.
yeah,
Never
you just like old and you don't, and it's like you're trying not to say you're old, but then
Bro.
you say I have no problem saying I'm old, but a statement like that makes it seem like you have a problem with the fact that your ass is old.
I mean, would you
So-
like me to say? I'm proud that my ass is old.
No,
Like, I don't.
what I'm saying is, man, like, look, when you get to a certain age, you should stop trying to understand things that aren't for you. Like, I don't sit here and try to analyze SpongeBob SquarePants. You know why? That shit ain't for my demographic.
Oh no, I don't do that
So,
either.
so why are you trying to analyze music that ain't for you?
Because I
When these,
hear it.
when these niggas are mumbling off beat, I know it's not for me. I know.
I knew it was coming.
I know it's not for me. Like, I don't try to analyze it. If there happens to be a Young Boy song that I'd be like, hey, I actually kind of like that. I don't even try to question myself as to why I like it. I'm just like, hey, they found a way to make some catchy shit that even my old ass likes. Well done.
Okay.
Sometimes we get on you about oversimplifying things, and then you go and and then you don't oversimplify when you should. And this is one of those times because the bottom line is you're old. I didn't find out, and Lauren and I talk about all the time, bro. I didn't find out about no cap until we were watching Those People. And Lauren London's character said it, and I didn't know what she meant for weeks until y'all were like, "Oh, it means no lie," and I was like,
No. Till he was like that. Because I didn't know what the hell no cap meant either.
Either way, what I'm telling you is those are the moments, and I told you this before. That means you old. You are out of touch, and you need a child or a really young friend or whatever it is, or a nephew or whatever to keep that gap and keep you connected. If you don't have it, you are gonna be old. It's just like I hear people say out the and this and that and the other, and it's like no one wants to say of anymore. It's nothing I question. I just notice it and I move on. I'm just saying, man, you old.
Nobody said nothing about me being old. I just like
No,
to know.
we're telling you that
Well,
you're old.
Well, I like to know what the hell I'm hearing. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. It's
You
just
can't
like
use okay, Ruben, let me ask you a question.
Context
You can't
clues
use
sometimes,
that.
baby. Context clues.
Exactly. I was gonna say you can't use hand to God in context. Are you serious right now?
I didn't know what hand to God meant. I lie to you not. Years ago, I didn't know.
Okay.
I mean, just like for instance, Moco Cowboy put up, Ruben is old, no cap. And like literally months ago, I would have seen that Ruben is old, no cap. What the fuck is that? I mean, because once again, you're right. It's not like it's something that I come in contact with a lot. So you're very correct on that. I'm just saying that, I just like to know what I'm listening to. Or when people talk to me, I use context clues as best I can. But
So you were talking to somebody and they was like, on God. And you was like, I'm confused as to what this person is referring to.
Actually, I was listening to some rap music. And they kept saying, oh God. I was like, what the fuck is he? Like, I don't understand what he means by that. So yeah, my bad if I want to know what the hell I'm listening to. Or I want to decipher what somebody's talking to me about. I mean, Because yeah, maybe I don't want to be the old dude who's a young person says some shit to, and they get the question mark face, and a big question mark appears above my head. Maybe I don't want to be that guy. I ain't saying I want to be young anymore, but it's like if I go to fucking Spain, I should probably know Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't know Spanish, then I mean, I'm
What
fucked up.
what environment do you go in which you really need to know what these young rappers are talking about?
Come on, man. Like what we do, we deal with people under the age of 25 more often than anything, and we get into other conversations other than work.
See, here's the thing. Those people are bilingual. I don't need to learn their language. They already know mine.
But if we're having a conversation about something else other than work, because it does happen, I'd
They
like
can
to
still
know.
keep they can still keep speaking in my language.
But they don't.
And
So
if they don't, I'll use context clues, or I'll be like, "Hey, I'm old. I don't know what that means."
okay.
I don't know, man. Because I remember the first time you said you can miss me with that. The first time I actually heard it was I was watching the football show. All American.
Okay.
And somebody was upset, man. He's like, you can miss me with that. And I was like,
Well, I know what that is.
well, that's my whole point. I didn't know what it was because I'm old. And now I know what it is. So I'm like, okay. And when I hear it now, I'm good. But you old. Just letting you know. This is what old is.
Hey man, look.
Just like when people were like, say less. Like I watched the first time I heard it, I was watching Power and they kept saying it and saying it. And I was like, say less. Oh, like don't mention it.
Well, yeah, I figured that out. Like,
Well, the same thing, bro.
I'm
What
gonna
is
say,
your
bro.
context?
Sometimes you just gotta use your context clues. Like, apparently, I haven't reached the age where I can't use context clues to decipher most code. You know,
I'm
most
just
of the time, like 2 or 3 sentences later, I'm just like, oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I get it. I'm never gonna use that slang terminology, but I understand what you say. What you
exactly.
mean.
Like you've never heard me ever in any conversation use no cap, like ever. And you're probably never gonna ever hear that from me. But I like to know what it is. So I mean, because I got nieces and nephews who are much younger. And you know, if we're having a conversation and they're using this kind of words, I like to know what the fuck they're saying. Or they'll get the look and then they would decipher it for me sometimes. But you know, I ain't trying to be that guy that you gotta motherfucking
You are
bring
that
up.
guy more than you know.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I understand that, but I ain't trying to be.
It doesn't matter. The result is the same. Whether you're trying or not.
Man, I can't get a participation award for trying.
No, we don't.
Nah,
Yeah,
they be like, Uncle Ruben, old lame ass.
exactly.
Oh, Uncle Ruben, old lame ass. You know that nigga be capping.
And really,
Oh,
the funny
God.
thing is,
Oh,
the
God.
exactly. Oh God, that's
And
right.
then I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Because the funny thing is, when you do keep up with slang and you say it, young people look at you like,
It's worse.
yeah, bro, let's
It's
leave that
even
alone.
worse. Yeah,
Just
like
leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's hard to be legitimate when everybody knows you're not legit.
Well,
I
that's-
try not to speak in slang when I'm coaching because I'm like, these middle schoolers don't want me to use any lingo that resembles theirs because I don't want to ruin it for them. Because once an old person starts saying it, you gotta find some new terminology. It's just
Yeah.
like when white people start saying our slang, it's like, oh shit, we got to switch up the code now.
Talking
I
about
mean,
that yesterday when I was with some friends.
You know, they're like,
White people saying, bruh.
yeah, black people can't say stay woke. We ain't been able to say it for years because stay woke for so long meant, hey, watch out for white people stealing. And now the white people saying, hey, stay woke. It was like, hold on, how we gonna stay woke when you the ones we were supposed to be staying woke from?
I mean, like in high school, man, I've never used slang at all. Like my whole high school growing up, never used slang ever. I didn't use slang, and I didn't use it a lot until I went to college. A lot of that's because different environment. You know, you can be who you want to be in college because you're in at home. But you know, when you're at home, especially me, you at home. Nah, bro. I'm dotting I's and crossing T's. Like I don't like To use any word without all the alphabet was unheard of in my vocabulary. Like if I were to use the N word, it would be a strong ER. It wouldn't be an A. which means I just didn't use it.
And I don't know how I feel about a black person using the ER.
Hey, that's why I never use it.
Like whoa,
It does sound
bro.
funny.
Yeah, it's like whoa.
It does not sound authentic. It doesn't.
Like,
yeah.
like if you a black person and you use the hard ER, I'm like, what white person are you quoting?
Exactly.
It's got to be a quote. It can't just be you.
I can't find a lie. There is no lie. I mean,
literally,
I have one black friend that would do that, and it's like, yeah,
bro.
No, I mean, not one, yeah, and it's like I understand his background, I understand where he's going, and it makes sense for him. But yeah, any other regular black person?
Yeah, I mean, look, I learned how to use curse words from two places: my father and NWA. Like,
I've never heard Uncle Ruben curse before.
Oh my God, what? He made his own curse words up. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Hey, but really,
I've never heard it. I promise you, I've never heard it. His dad is so quiet, and bro, really, even
never around family. But like,
okay, that's what it was. Because I've never heard it.
Man, he put mother shit. He like put shit together.
Because I thought Aunt Shirley would put a stop to all that foolishness. I mean, that's my presumption. Is that not wrong? Is that wrong?
I mean, he never cursed at her.
It was always me, her, but just
no, it was always me. Nah, hey,
okay.
Daddy handling business. It's what it is. So you learn at an early age that if
back in the day, didn't all old black men like create their own curse words?
I mean, yeah,
every black man back in the day had their own rhythm to cursing.
Yeah.
Like now our cursing is too commercialized now. Like we curse like we hear on the radio or the TV, but back in the day, you had your own style to it. You had your own flair.
Especially, man, like when they doing something emotional, like whooping my ass. I mean, if Flo better. Well, I mean, once again, back in the day, parents used to they used to hit you with that mental shit. This hurts me more than it hurts you. I ain't trying to whoop your ass, but you ain't give me no choice. Like shit like that, man. They will verbalize the whooping as you're getting it. And it's like you're getting attacked from two fronts. Now, once again, that does not mean I got a lot of ass whoopings. That just means
you have memorable ones.
Exactly.
Well, aren't all of them memorable?
No. I feel like some black parents overutilize their ass whooping capabilities to the point where they start to become a run-on sentence. Like you should remember each ass whooping has its own airspace, like its own special place in your heart. If you got too many clouding it, now you just a nigga that can take an ass whooping. Like now you've lost effectiveness on the ass whooping. Like it's just like when you take antibiotics all the time, your body can become immune to them. Like you can't be getting too many ass whooping because eventually you're gonna have an 8-year-old serial killer who's like, I don't give a fuck about your ass whooping.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. When you get the ass whooping and you can turn around and look at the person who's whooping your ass and be like, what?
Are you done yet?
Yeah, really?
Okay, I got because Moby, you're a parent. I want to ask you this question. Ass, if any one of your daughters looked at you and said, "Are you done yet?" How would you respond? I mean, you're giving them your best, bro. How would you respond to, "Are you done yet?"
If I was whooping their ass and they said, "Are you done yet?"
I mean, they did something horrible, and you're just going at it because this is. I mean, they were like, "Are you done yet, Dad? Done?"
I don't know because
that would be scary to me.
I know what he would do.
Part of me feels like, all right, now I got to use psychological warfare because the physical ain't working.
Oh man, he would. But
I mean, you have to respond to this on the spot. You don't have time. It's just like, what? How are you responding to what she said?
Here's the thing: the best response to something like that is no response. Like if they say, "Are you done yet?" You know what? I am. Don't worry about it, and just walk out the room. Just let that shit hang like a run-on sentence. Because now they got to be like, yo, he put a comma behind that, not a period. So we know the rest of the sentence ain't there yet. Like, is it gonna be today? Is it gonna be tomorrow? Okay. Am I gonna walk out the house and just get hit with a baseball bat in my kneecap? Like,
wow. Well, that is the mafia.
What is gonna happen next? Like, cause that was my mom. My mom used psychological warfare more so than anything. And my mom didn't really cuss a lot, but if she used old folk cuss words that I didn't even know were curse words,
Like what?
I mean, you know, my mom said heifer, ski, skank.
That's a
And
curse.
see, I didn't think they were curse words until I said it. Then all of a sudden it was like, boy, you better watch your goddamn mouth. I'm like, hold on, so you can say goddamn, but I can't say heifer.
I mean, what you gonna
Okay.
do?
But when you're a parent, you don't have to make sense. I have learned that is one thing I've learned as a parent, that being a parent means you don't have to make sense.
So have there been times where you're disciplining your daughters or saying something to them, and it's just like, have you ever thought to yourself like, what I just said was the dumbest thing ever?
I'm gonna be honest, no, I have not reached that point. But I have witnessed my wife say things, and I'm just like, that shit didn't make no goddamn sense. I mean, I won't gonna say it in the moment because you know we gotta be the unified front. But in my head, I was just like, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about now. You asked her to jump and stay grounded at the same time. Like,
what?
Why you setting them up to fail like this? But you know, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing but you know just be you know Flavor Flav in the background, just be like, yeah, boy.
So you like Jerome?
You know what time it is?
Running for your life by the knife. Nah, so Moby is that dude, man. This is what he would do. One of his dogs would do some crazy ass shit like that. He would not do anything immediately. He would wait till they're gone for an extended period of time, such as they go to school. I guarantee they will come back to their room. He before they get up there, he'd be like, "You're grounded. Stay in your room. You can come out, use the restroom, dinner, do homework." Boom. And they'd be like, whatever. Man, they go up to their room, ain't nothing but a damn bed up in that bitch.
I mean, that's true.
He would have taken everything out. He would have taken out the damn dresser. Like, you can't get clothes unless I allow it.
I mean, one of my daughters lost her door for 6 months.
Yeah.
I just took a door. I just took the door off the hinges. Like she had no door.
Months?
Yeah, for 6 months, she had no door.
That's awesome. I applaud you, sir.
In the world
I applaud you,
man. I mean, you took her door.
That
stuff I see on a sitcom.
That means she must have talked back.
Yeah, what,
she had to do something.
What she need privacy for? She don't shit in here.
She need privacy for.
I got trust issues, man. Like when it comes to kids, I got trust issues.
That's awesome.
Like when I coach, I say that trust issues thing to players I coach, man. I'd be like, it's 10, it'll be 10 push-ups, and they get down and start doing push-ups. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? And everybody goes, oh, we know. Well, yeah, you gotta go on my count because I don't trust y'all.
So
even though you saw him do the push-ups,
I mean, look, if you got 20 kids saying they doing 10 push-ups all the time, I can't see everybody doing them at the same time. So no, you gotta do it on my count because I don't trust y'all.
So was it the older one or the younger one?
Oh, the oldest one, Kara.
Okay. Oh, I didn't want to use names to protect the innocent.
Why? She won't innocent. She lost the door. She won't innocent at the time. She a good kid, but even
she won't innocent.
Oh my God.
Woo.
So, one thing I will do before we go into it, because now we're talking about kids, so I feel like I gotta show this now because when I put it on the board, and that joint is awesome.
You gotta show it.
I do.
Okay.
Once again, this is something. Hold on. On TikTok. It's just funny, man, because I figured Mo B would be able to answer this. And so I sent it to everybody. He was like, yeah, that's about right. So let's see here. We get to share screen. Yep. All right. Let's go. Very quick. It's pretty funny, though.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, ain't nothing like being a parent. These kids are absolutely amazing. Having a little best friend that you can do everything with, loves you unconditionally. There's not a better feeling in this world. I don't have that much time to pull out, fellas. Always pull out. You're gonna be broke. They don't respect you. And it's just one problem right after another. Kids ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, pull out, pull. Yes. And that's all I'm letting you guys know, man. Being a parent is everything that is good in this world. And if you don't have the opportunity to love on a child, you'll never know. But always, always remember, kids are everything.
By the way, I love this dude.
Oh yeah, this dude's hilarious, man. So
I
Mo
thought about
B.
you instantly when he put his daughter in the truck and then he started talking for real.
yeah.
I lost it. I was like, hey, Moby got a cousin.
Oh my God. Yo, man, the greatest thing, man. He's like, man, kids ain't shit. He says this shit all the time, man. He's like, man, kids ain't shit. I'm just like, wow. So I mean, Mo B, is he telling the truth as the only father up in here?
I mean, two things can be true at the same time.
Exactly.
Which two?
You know, kids. You never know love until you have kids. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, kids are amazing, but they ain't shit. They're not on your side.
He did almost spit out his drink.
They're not on your side, man. Like when your kids become adults, they on your side again. But there's like a 16-year period in which them little motherfuckers ain't shit. Like,
Yo.
and then when they become adults, and,
oh my God.
and now I understand why grandparents are so nice to grandkids, because they just like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The enemy, my enemy.
So your parents look at they grandkids and they go, you terrorizing the shit out of my son or daughter right now, and that motherfucker used to terrorize the shit out of me. So I'm gonna give you all the ammunition you need to adequately attack your enemy. I'm gonna give you all the sugar. I'm gonna let you stay up all night. I ain't gonna enforce no discipline that I enforced on them. I'm gonna let them do whatever. I'm gonna let them do whatever the fuck they want when they at my house, and then I'm gonna send them back to you so they can terrorize your shit. Love you.
Love you, mean it.
Oh my God. Oh, The Art of Parenting by Moby. Well, that's hilarious. Hey man, Moby from the Huxtable Parenting Tree suffers no nonsense.
Hey
Now,
man. When you were talking about Winter saying stuff that don't make sense, when Vanessa went to see The Wretched, did she sound like that? Did she sound like she was trying to have some big fun?
Yeah. It was like, you know, anytime she gets mad at them, it's like she doesn't remember the sentence she said before. Cause you know, look, moms can do this. Moms have this uncanny ability to say two sentences that really X each other out and make it, because basically they're trying to create an environment in which you can't win with your response.
Like answer me and don't talk back to me all at the same time.
Exactly. Like, shut your damn mouth. You better answer me when I talk to you.
How you do that?
That is some parental shit for that ass right there, boy. That is some parental shit for that ass. Oh my God.
I mean, basically you just create a scenario in which no matter what this little bastard says, I have given myself space to justify whooping their ass.
But one more funny thing we're gonna move on. Recently, I've been watching like old reruns of the Cosby Show.
Mm-hmm.
It is way different now when it was when I was a kid. Like, because I'm just saying the way you watch it is just so different. Because
I'm confused. How is it different?
Well, no, I'm gonna explain that. So, like, you know, you watch it. Oh, that's funny, blah blah blah. But then, like, you hear Claire saying the same shit that you just said. You know, like, you know, don't say nothing. You better talk to me when I talk to you. Like, she did that in an episode, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's why I brought up The Wretched.
I'm just saying that's what happens.
I mean, that was an unforgettable episode for so many reasons. Because when Claire got mad at Vanessa, I thought that I was watching my mom and I on television.
Oh,
Because when Ann really got mad, and that wasn't very often, so it made her extra. It was like when somebody doesn't raise their voice and then they do,
Yeah,
it's bad.
interesting.
It's bad. My mom was like, I thought I was smelling brimstone and just fire. It was bad. I don't want that smoke. It was much easier to deal with from my dad, which he doesn't really raise his voice either. But he's got this tone in his voice. I can always tell. But yeah, when I was watching The Wretched, like when I was watching it as it aired on TV for the first time, that exchange, it wasn't really an exchange, but that exchange between Claire and Vanessa, I could have swore that was my mom. Everything
and answering the question for
absolutely.
you.
The level of anger, it's like, oh my God. And then you're surprised in a week, it's kind of gone away. You kind of back to normal. But you remember how crazed she looked. No, I don't want no parts of that, buddy. None.
And then Cliff is like, I told your ass.
Exactly.
He's got that look like I told your ass.
Exactly.
That's the thing. As a kid, you learn, especially I mean, I guess I can only speak from experience, but especially as a black kid, you just learn that there's an acceptable amount of insanity that your mom is allowed to display, and nobody is concerned for you.
Everybody's trying to hide. Don't nobody want that smoke.
Because like I just remember vividly, like it just being so acceptable for my mom to just go off the rails, and everybody in the room act as if nothing was happening. So then you just learn right away, oh shit, this woman could actually murder me, and nobody in this room would have seen anything.
I mean,
exactly. They probably would have walked up and left if
they would have swore we were never even here. Yep. Like I didn't even know Yo-Yo had a kid.
I was about to say they call her Yo-Yo dog. Like
I didn't even know Yo-Yo had a kid, bro.
I'm pretty sure before you.
You mean to tell me y'all found his body where? In the back of her car? Nah, she ain't even had no kid.
I must have put that body in there. I don't know where that shit came from.
Telling you, man.
Well, he looks like.
I mean, hasn't Winter done that before? Where you're like, she is so mad, you just stay out of the way, and you find somewhere to sit down, and you let that happen because you know if you got in the middle of it, she would go off on you too. You never been that? You never?
I mean, I'm trying to think if that was my reasoning for staying out of it. No, because like if I want to like pile on and make it seem like that was the real reason, but sometimes it's just good to mind your fucking business.
Exactly. So that's what Cliff was doing.
So it's not necessarily a fear that she's all of a sudden going to be mad at me. Sometimes it's just like, hey, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'm telling you, man.
That's a whole bunch
and I'm like, look, if y'all can distract her long enough for me to keep playing Madden, fine.
Man, what man got to do with this, man?
like me, I only step in when I feel like it's about to get too intense. Because I'm just like, all right, getting too intense now. I'm like the bell in the boxing match. So like I make sure everybody goes back to their corners. Like, all right, hey, we good. And then, a lot of times I got to put the mean face on for the kids because, like, her mean face don't hit the same. Like, because her mean face ain't really a mean face. Her mean face is like we don't know if she's just going to be on Snapped one day, like one of them women shows of Snapped. And my mean face is just like, oh, no, we know he's serious. Like, and I'm like, that's the level we need to be at. We need to be at the level where they're like, oh, no, they know we're serious. Not the level where they're like, oh, they might not find our body.
Do you think that's a daddy thing now?
Hell yeah.
That's a father thing?
Look, and not only a daddy thing, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, and this is no shade to my upbringing. This is not like a pot shot at pops or nothing. But like a lot of what I learned about being a dad came from watching TV dads. And I learned that Bill Cosby always had this confused look on his face all the time, unless there was some shit that really needed like somebody to step in logically and be like, all right, this is what's gonna happen. But everything else, I'm just what's going on?
Such as life.
She did what? What? Man, I told you that chick was crazy.
And that's why they're man caves.
I mean, sure. If that's
Ah.
mine's more of an attic space that it's no AC, not insulated. So in the summertime it's really hot, and the wintertime it's really cold. But I can come up here and I can talk shit to y'all, and then I can go downstairs and apologize. So no, I guess it's like a safe space.
Is it a safe space when you got to go down and apologize?
Hey, it's still safe. It's safe while I'm up here because she don't want to come up here. It's hot.
You said,
Well, that's why she gave you the room.
And that too.
oh, that's hilarious. Y'all dudes are fools, man. Y'all dudes are fools.
Just saying.
I mean, look, I'm out here just trying to be as truthful as possible.
I hear that.
No cap.
No. Hand to God.
I'm speaking all lowercase.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. So, question. So today I wanted to briefly, I don't have a tattoo. And, there's one tattoo, if I told myself, if I ever become unfat and whatever, then there's a tattoo that I want. Because my thing is, I'm going to go big or I'm not going to just go at all. It's just not one of those things. We're not going to talk about the tattoo. But I guess my first question is,
how you gonna lead in? There's a tattoo that's gonna go big, but we're not gonna talk about that. No, we absolutely gotta talk about that. So what tattoo did you want that you can have off with your shirt walking down the beach? Because that's what it's about.
Yeah, because being on the arm that ain't shit to me. It's just not. Because
so what chest piece tattoo do you want?
First of all, it's not
or back tattoo do you want so you can walk away on the beach flexing?
It's definitely a back tattoo.
Okay.
So what I would like to have is a phoenix flying in the air, from ground level, so lower back, and you see how to fly, and then wings are out. However, the other thing I wanted the wings to be right in the painful part of my back, my shoulder blades. So when I flex my shoulder blades, it seems like it flaps.
Okay, so you want a peacock? You want a peacock tattoo?
I don't want a peacock tattoo.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want a peacock tattoo?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's foul.
Okay.
That's foul.
Okay. Have you ever seen a phoenix?
I have, but it doesn't have the little stupid shit on its head.
No. When did you see a phoenix in real life?
Oh, in real life, no. I've only seen pictures and drawings and stuff.
Oh, okay. So,
but it doesn't look like a goddamn peacock.
Why did you answer that question?
So one of us said a bird that exists, and the other one said a bird that's fictional.
Getting that NBC tag. God damn it! I hate all of you so much. I hate all of you so much.
Want to grow on, sir? Want to grow on.
I hate all of you so much. But that's not the purpose of this conversation. The purpose of the conversation.
It's a good landing spot.
Yeah, whatever. So
the Phoenix Saga, Ruben's tattoo.
Oh, suck a dick. All right, so
wow. He is under your skin.
It slipped out. That slipped out. And that's what she said. But all right, so the first thing, what are there because I don't have a tattoo, and would y'all consider places that would be inappropriate to put a tattoo?
No, not nowadays. No.
Inappropriate to who?
Because back in 20 years ago, because Lauren was talking, we were talking about it before I went on, and Lauren was 20 years ago, women that got a tramp stamp or a tattoo right at the crack of your ass, or really low back, that was a tramp stamp. But now it's just you have people that have total body tattoos. You have people that have sleeves. You have people that have facial tattoos. Her daughter's full of them. So it's first of all, it's normalized. So I find it hard to be inappropriate. And even if it was inappropriate, I would say it's always got to be in combination for me. If somebody had a tattoo on the back of their hand, something that's never covered unless you have gloves on, and you put a dick on it or a pussy, and like it's there for people to see at all times. That to me would be like, now that is next level. When you put something on your body that's like, oh my, and you put it in a place where people are going to see it constantly.
I saw a white guy that had KKK on his finger.
That's more acceptable than the dick.
It's KKK right on the 3 middle fingers.
Ah, did you talk to him?
I mean, he was talking to somebody else, and I just noticed his hand. And I'm like, KKK, like okay, that nigga ain't talking to me.
I love the irony in that.
What about you, Moby? Any tattoos that you feel that will be inappropriate?
I mean, any tattoo can be inappropriate to somebody.
Well, I mean,
just like I said, like that KKK, like he might be like, oh, they're my daughter's initials. You know what I'm saying? Or he could say anything, but I could take it as, nah, man, you part of the clan, nigga. Like,
all right.
I mean, as far as inappropriate places, like what inappropriate place can you have a tattoo? Because if it's an inappropriate place, if you're seeing it, then you have access to that inappropriate place. So apparently that person deemed you inappropriate for you to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. So with that being said, AG, do you have tattoos?
No, I don't have any. Because actually I wanted to get one like about 10 years ago, but what I wanted, because my skin's too dark for yellows and reds to show up, so I let it go.
Yeah, I can't do color, bro. Like,
I'm surprised you're lighter skin.
No, I don't want it. That's more time. I already got needle issues already. Like, in the fact
you want a phoenix on your back?
I know, right? Like I said, like, this is some shit that I would have to earn. And the only way, I would have to be like, because I'm not going around like right now in my life. I'm not walking outside without a shirt on. That's not what I do. I mean, that's not even close to being in my thought process wheelhouse. Nothing.
I would be afraid for you because if you gain the weight back, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna look jacked up.
I'm just talking about the mental and emotional pain you would go through. You got it because you got as thin as you wanted to be and lean as you want to be. I'm sorry. And then you gain the weight back, but you're still stuck with the gold that you pissed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, man.
Yeah, but I'm not getting it while I'm fat because then if I do shrink down, it just looks weird. So
no, never mind.
I'm just saying.
But anyway.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal in tattoos either. It's just weird.
You know what? Really?
This guy. So question. Would y'all put a tattoo on your private areas?
Not unless it said Lawrence Dick.
Boo loves Dick.
Well played. Well played.
Oh, he's
just saying.
You should put Boo Love on it.
Oh no, it has to be Boo Love's Dick. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be really, really just like offensive what I'm saying.
The only way I could get a tattoo of my private parts is if I could manipulate it so it would be funny. And I can't see the idea of putting a needle in my penis as being funny anyway. But if I had to do it, like I would just want my penis I just want the word ordinary tattooed on my penis. And then when I get erected, it has the extra come out. Because, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary.
Oh, God.
Just that little bit.
That was good.
Somebody's thought about this a little too long.
Hey, look, I have seen a funny tattoo. Like the guy who...
on a penis?
No. But it was close to a woman's genitalia. It's very close, actually. To the point where when she was so excited to show me, I was like, whoa, what the hell is happening here? But the guy who used to do my tattoos, his girlfriend at the time, I was in the house, we was kicking it because I used to kick it with the guy anyway. So like she was so excited to show me this tattoo. And he was just like watching TV, not thinking anything of it. And she was just like, hey, let me show you. And she like pulls her pants down and she's facing me and she just like starts to pull her panties down. I'm like, yo. And I'm looking at my man. I'm like, yo.
He ain't say nothing?
We not into this. No, he just started laughing. So then I finally realized, okay, she's pulling her panties down to cover the lips of her vagina. And she has a 4-leaf clover right over her vagina lips. And right above it says, "Lucky you." And I was just like, well
Nice.
played, sir. And he was just laughing. He was like, hey, she said she wanted it, so I gave it to her.
He sure did.
I was like, well played, sir. Well played.
It's like Lawrence Dick. Same thing.
But I thought it was a dope tattoo because I'm like, hey, that actually is fucking funny.
What about piercing?
What about it?
Would you get one in your private area?
No.
What are they called? Prince Alberts or whatever? I believe
No.
is what they call.
What's the purpose though? I've never understood the purpose. Does it help?
I'm sure they say it's pleasurable.
It stimulates you a little bit more.
Here's the thing. Like we were watching something. I don't know how long ago it was. This is a long time ago. It's when I realized that I can deal with gunshot victims. I can see somebody have a limb severed. But watching the process of them showing how they do that Prince Albert thing, as soon as they did it, I felt like I was about to throw up. Like I felt like I was sick to my stomach because I was just like, I get that antsy about any harm coming to my genitalia. Like I'm just like, yo. So seeing somebody else, I'm just like, no, don't do it. Like, what did that dick do to you? Like,
what did that dick do to you?
Yeah, I'm not about that kind of self-punishment.
Now, piercings anywhere else don't bother me. And here's the sexist thing about it: a woman having her clit pierced doesn't bother me at all.
Because it's not your stuff, though.
Exactly, because I can't relate. I don't know how that would feel to you, but a guy like he could sit there and tell me, dude, it's the greatest thing I've ever done, and I'll be like, I'll take your word.
That's right.
I'll never find out.
I take your word on. He could be like, bro, when I bust a nut, it's like 15 nuts all at the same time, and like I'm high-fiving and handshaking Jesus at the same time, and I'd be like, and I'd be like, look, man, I don't even want that.
Nah, I don't even feel that shit.
Like I don't even want that.
I don't want that many nuts. I'll go to Planners. I can't do that,
bro. Because that means you're way too close to death.
Exactly. Exactly. I'd be like, no, that means that vagina got too much of a hold on you. Like. That's that. If you threw it up in the air, it turned into sunshine.
Oh, y'all keep that shit.
And like Rich Pryor said, you guess pussy, you keep.
Oh man, that movie was on HBO like 2 weeks ago, man.
Great
movie.
It never gets old.
I'll shoot that little nub.
What did he say? We can fuck real hard for a little while. Oh my god. I was weak,
man. I think the best.
And at the time, I couldn't relate because I was so young. Now it's like, yeah.
Now you totally get it. Like, yeah, man. Hey, that's he doing some real negotiating here. Like, that's real.
Oh man, I think the best part of that movie, it's got all the good scenes, but the interaction between Della Reese and Red Fox every time, is always hilarious.
To me, when I was younger, I thought that meant an old couple was still in love and happy. They were so happy that they could just talk shit to each other. They won't go nowhere.
That's not what it meant.
I mean, look, I'm saying, like now, like when people talk about the happily ever after and the Disney, and I'm just like, nah, man, I want to be so comfortable we can talk shit to each other.
Exactly.
And know at the end of the night.
Mo B, you have a question, sir. Have you had a vasectomy? And if you didn't, would you?
No. I have been asked to have one, and I have just been like, look, this ain't about you. This about me, and like, I can't make myself mental. And they go, well, it's not really that bad on you. You won't feel it. I'm just like, but I don't know.
I still want to shoot up the club.
It's not about that. It ain't even about that, Ruben. It's just I can't deal with the before. I can't deal with the going into the hospital or the doctor's office, whatever, and they be like, "Yep, so this is what we're gonna do." I'm like, no, you're not. You're not gonna go anywhere near my genitalia and talk about clipping shit. Like,
well, my question,
if there was another way they could do it, or if somebody look, if I had to go to the hospital for something else and they said, hey, we accidentally gave you one, I probably would be able to cope better because I'd be like, hey, shit I could do about it. It's over with now.
And I
Cool.
will sue the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that too. But but like I could emotionally deal with it better than I can if you just say, hey, wake up this morning, drive yourself to this office so they can click. No, man, that's not. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Not the move. That's not the move.
I want to know why it's so easy for women to ask us to get that done. And it's not, it's a whole dramatic like production going the other way.
I don't know.
Now I realize that is it less invasive?
Oh, I'm sure it's less invasive.
But it's like, and how
I think it's easier to reverse. I didn't
think you could reverse those.
I mean, I'm saying, well, to get tube side, the reason they don't like doing it is because a lot of women eventually sometimes change their mind, and that's a whole ordeal.
Well, I don't think we can change our minds either. But
Yeah, I feel like once you clip it, it's gone. Like I might be wrong. I'm not a doctor, but okay. I just feel like once you cut it off, like it's kind of a done deal.
Because I just feel like it's just a lot. It's a lot easier. Like Lauren and I were talking one day. I said, "How come y'all get to roll up on us and talk about, can I have your sperm? You can what? You know what? Find somewhere to sit down." But it seems to have less value. The sperm, and I know some of it comes from the numbers, just sheer numbers. You have one, I have millions all day, every day.
So AG, you'd be offended if somebody was like, "Hey, I kind of want some of your sperm."
Actually, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have been. It'd have been like, "Are you serious?" But it wouldn't have been a big deal. Now it's like, how come my body's worth less than yours? Get away from me. No, you can't have that. You can have my middle finger. I mean, you have that. But I'm just saying, roll it up on me talking about, no.
But your middle finger can't get nobody pregnant, so.
Yeah, that too. Not unless you're paying. I mean,
trying to figure out what my wife is saying BS to, because like,
I was wondering about that myself.
I've held firm about my feelings about the vasectomy.
My friend got one and said it was a breed. So first of all,
hey, that's cool. More power to him. I'm happy.
She needs to answer the real matter here is if you can have it reversed.
First of all, fuck that. Like, just because your friend got one, that's cool for them.
Look, I'm not even.
That ain't cool for everybody. No, fuck
I'm not even as passionate about it as you are. I'm just like, hey, that's cool. I'm glad that worked for them, but I'm letting you know from a place of vulnerability that I'm saying this is an immense fear that I have. It's just the whole process of going. I'm not knocking the vasectomy. I'm not saying it isn't easier. I'm saying I have told everybody that the idea of knowing that I'm going to have to wake up this morning and go to a place for them to clip anything that involves my genitalia is a hard stop for me.
All I'm saying,
I would be in there kicking and screaming like I know.
So there are two ways to look at this. Because I have a friend who's had a vasectomy, and
I know several guys who have, and most of them said, "Hey, no big deal." But I'm just like, it is to me. The idea of going through it is,
and that's fine, right? So here's the thing. This is just me. The way I think about it, if she decides she doesn't want to have any more children, then you can take care of that. However, if she decides she don't want you to have any more children, it's like, I mean, do you want to give your man? Do you want to give your man a free hall pass to go shoot up the club and not have to worry about hitting anything?
But she is controlling my body by way of this conduit, and it's not cool. This is kind of what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
there's something like I said.
Y'all have analyzed this way more than me. I'm simply
you don't want nothing near your penis.
You don't want to have to do it because it's like
me and her decided after 2 was like, hey, she had rough pregnancy that was complicated. Hey, we done. And she wouldn't got to, and I'm like, look, if I would have had to, if they'd have been like, hey, look, she can't get them tied, and the only way you're gonna have to have this vasectomy. I'm telling you, as much as I love her, as much as I love the idea, I would have struggled with this. Like, I probably would have had to go to counseling. I probably would have had to have a whole bunch of stuff to build me up just to get this vasectomy done. And it's got nothing to do with her like the situation, the care. It's all about my
No,
fear
I'm
of
with you
this.
though.
And
Nope.
no, see, I know you're with me, but she don't understand that. She looks at it as it's me not caring, and I'm like, no, it has nothing to do. It's an irrational fear that I have, and I have no problem saying it's irrational. But just because I know it's irrational doesn't stop me from being like, yeah,
No,
niggas ain't about to clip shit for me.
But the problem is we got dudes out here who are just like, you know what? Yeah, you can go ahead and clip. Whoa. They clip from your ass just because you choose to get clipped. That don't mean the rest of us want to get clipped. And that's for me, that's kind of what my thought is. It's like, yeah, bro. I mean, that's cool for you, but just because I mean, I guess it falls in the whole all men are the same type of shit. Nah,
And,
bro, we ain't the same.
Winter just is savage right now, bro. She just you can't. Yeah, you need to go ahead and get that clip, man.
What do you mean, man?
I'm just
I mean, she. I'm not even. You see, I didn't even argue with it. I'm just like, you're right. It's probably right, but I mean, look, it is what it is, man.
Hey,
like,
man, you keep your shit to you. Fuck, don't let nobody.
we
Don't let nobody you
we
don't know
don't
touch
get
that
to
shit.
say this is my. That's my problem with all this. We don't get to say it's my body. I'm gonna do what I want to do because I guarantee you, if you tell a woman you need to get your tubes tied, you might have a problem.
I mean, look, man. My logic is at this point in time, I probably don't have a good sperm count. So that's what I'm banking on. Like I'm
That's a
banking.
lie.
That's what I'm banking
That's a
on.
lie.
I'm banking.
Lie detected. Beep, beep. Lie detected.
He
Nah.
said, "I'm banking." He said he didn't say I went and got tested and they told me I had a lower sperm count. No, he's like, I don't feel like I can produce sperm like that
I
anymore.
think
You can
wink,
presume
wink,
if you
nod,
want to.
nod.
Exactly.
I'm banking at the sperm. Look, because I feel like your body should only be able to produce so much. And like, look,
Or you can impregnate somebody in your well into your 80s.
yo,
Please
yo,
stop.
I'm not talking about age.
That's what I'm banking
I'm
on.
talking about sheer volume. Like I feel like I have wasted enough sperm throughout this life. Like I feel like
Oh, you have.
Trojan has enough of my sperm stored forever. Like it's
It only takes one, bro. It only
Exactly.
takes one.
One good swimmer, sir.
That's right. You may not have 20 million.
yeah, and I
but
probably
you
do
got
got,
5.
I probably do got some really good swimmers too. Like just good genetics.
Ah, Jesus. That was an interesting conversation.
They're athletes. They're athletes.
We went from
So we went from tattoos to sperm count.
count. All right.
5-minute warning is in full effect today.
I mean, that's how you know you on the right show. Right. So, AG, man, what's on your mind, bro?
Yeah, I got a question, especially for the married guys on the show and married guys that are listening in.
That's not me.
Okay. Well, it will be. So you need to listen up just for practice.
We'll see.
Watch game film, sir. Just watch the game film. Carry that clipboard for now. There are 2 plates that your mom and your wife are in the same place at a dinner. Both of their plates are completed at the same time. Do you serve your mother first or do you serve your wife first?
Depends where you at.
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean,
And you can't serve them both at the same time.
So
Why
it's
the
like
hell not? Why the hell can't I?
Because that's
I
an
got
easy out. That's
two
an easy
hands.
out.
But I
That's
got
an
2
easy out.
hands.
No, we're not doing. No, you got 1 hand, bro. You got 1 hand. You got to take one plate.
Why you going to have me amputated a hand already, man?
Okay, I tell you, you know what? That's true. I don't want you to lose your hand. That's true. I tell you what, it's a whole lot of black people food on a styrofoam plate, not double plied.
Hey, that's fucked up, man.
I'm gonna be honest, real talk. It really depends on who you married to, and I'm gonna say the reason why I say that is because some wives understand how hierarchy of shit works. If you at your house, the chance of your mother and your wife sitting down and eating at the same time is very slim. Because from what I've seen, if you at your house, somebody in the damn kitchen cooking, and it ain't your mother. That's from what I've seen. So that is a very difficult thing. But in the grand scheme of the things, like if she gets mad that you served your mother first, then my personal opinion is you need to figure out why that is. because I believe that, hey man, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be here. And I know, I know that movie right there. And that is Ruben being single and answering his question. However, once again, it to me, it just depends. Like, my hope is I marry someone because who understands that my parents mean a lot to me and stuff like that. And if she gets mad that I serve moms first, that's a wheel. That's a conversation. Okay. And I mean, it is what it is, man. That means if my house ain't happy for a week, then so what? That's just me, though.
What'd you think, Mo? What's up?
I mean, look, man, I'm gonna try not to wiggle out the question because
no. Everybody else is doing it because they're adding all kinds of stuff I never said.
No, so AJ, I'm not trying to wiggle out the question. I'm saying in my current situation right now, I wouldn't really have to worry about that because chances are, like, it'd be real easy for me to just be like, yo, I got kids, so they can go serve their mom and I can serve mine. But for the context of the question, the way you asked it, even though my wife doesn't understand this, I would serve her first because my mom, as much as she wants to be the center of attention, claims that that's what she wants, in the back of her mind, she would be telling me, go serve her first. So whether she said it out loud or not, she would be expecting me to serve my wife first. My mom would be expecting this of me. So exactly. I would probably serve my wife first. She probably would never believe this, but I would. Also, realistically, there's never a time when I have the chance to serve my wife because if I try to offer her some food, she ain't hungry at the time. If I was gonna try to serve her some food, she'd be too busy trying to serve the kids food. You know what I'm saying? So like this real world scenario you gave me is never in my real world.
Understood.
Usually I'm the person serving food because if I'm cooking, or actually I'm the person not serving food because after I cook, I'd be like, y'all got it. Fucking made the goddamn food. Like,
I understand because I agree with you wholeheartedly because actually it's biblical. But it is, if you put all that out of it, it is a very awkward situation. And it's like, well, I had to sit because I saw this on a Facebook reel or Instagram reel, and I was like, wow, that's hardcore. But wife comes first. It's that simple. Not unless I'm trying to be petty.
I mean, that's kind of what I was feeling too.
There's no way, bro. I don't even believe you. I don't even believe you right now.
No. I believe him.
Hey, AG, part of me feels that way too, just because like I never know what my wife feels like eating, period. So like I'm always playing the guessing game. And then like I'm not gonna just do it without asking her because every time I've tried to give her food without asking her, she ain't hungry. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, and look, in my family, this we were raised different. In my family, like, look, somebody saying no to food that you're trying to serve them is almost seen as disrespect.
Yeah, a lot of cultures. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm just like, yo, I cooked food for you. I cooked something specifically that I know you like, and then I try to give it to you, and then you be like, I don't want none. Like, to me, I feel that as disrespect. So now I'm just like, fuck you. I don't want to make shit for you. You get your own goddamn plate. Now I can never voice that out loud because I like being happy. And I can never voice that out loud. So now all I gotta do is just like, okay, I gotta wrap this food up and then I gotta like soak by myself and just be like,
you get that one tear?
No, I don't get that one tear. That's when I start talking, the cash shit in my head that I can't say out loud. Even if I believe it to be true slightly, like I'd be like, did you know how many other motherfucking women wish? Do you like? Then I start sounding like the quarterback who's got 3 years left on his contract, but he wants to be renegotiated. Like, motherfucker, do you know what my market value is right now? Like, if I hit these streets right now, you know what my goddamn value would be? And then
these streets right now.
And then she's probably in her head thinking, we got a contract. So if you want to buy your way out of this contract, sure, I'll be paid in the process too. And you can go out and hit all the goddamn streets you want. So now we're at a step where I'm pretending to hold out, knowing goddamn well I'm gonna show up to training camp and I'm gonna be out there week 1. You know what I'm saying? So like, why even go through all that? So
wow.
As usual, he's taking the question and sent it somewhere else. I don't know.
I mean, and plus, like in my family, it's been very rare that I've actually seen the men serve the women, because usually if it's a family event, all the women are at the food line serving everybody. So
Well, that's a whole nother situation, because
Yeah.
the popular thing to talk about now is it offensive or not to other women if you make your man a plate, which I think is telling about women, but it's a thing right now.
what?
Oh yeah.
Wait a
Women
minute,
that
Hold
routinely serve their men in public get
get
ripped
demeaned.
on by other women.
By younger girls
Not necessarily, but
or independent women?
not necessarily just well, yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's a certain type of
Yeah, they
woman, but
crazy.
because they're in more abundance, ain't no women out there trying to serve their man, which is
Man.
telling. That tells me a lot about women in general. Sorry,
Yeah. Because I
Hey,
because
mean,
you don't really
anytime, yeah, anytime I hear a woman spell out independent women, I'd be like single. When, it said, when you spell out independent woman, do you know what that means? Yeah, single.
Single.
single. Yeah, man, because like I mean, let's be real, man.
Because
Like
if you, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't like. I'm not saying my dad ain't never fixed a plate at a family reunion. All I'm saying is, more often than not, hey, you want me to fix your plate? What you want? That's what I hear. And he sits there and talks to whomever, and she comes back with a very hefty plate, and thank you, and that's how it works. Like, your other PDA couples, somebody might get a slap on the ass or a kiss on the cheek or some other shit like that. But I mean, that's what I've seen and know. Now, once again, when you're dating somebody, it's completely different. Like I ain't never had a plate made for me by a girlfriend.
That's a red
shit
flag, sir.
See,
That's a
here's
red
I'm
flag.
about to say, here's the thing. Two things. One, I can understand women
Yeah.
today. I can understand women today feeling like that's a bit demeaning for a man to expect that, because that's like, hey, I'm expecting you to have old values, because the only way a guy should expect old values is if he's expecting to do old value type shit himself. Like if he's a dominant breadwinner, if your ass ain't got to go to work, like I can understand it being both ways too. And absolutely, AG, I think it's a red flag if your woman is not willing to do that while you're dating, because what the dating process is a trial run for marriage. If you are not treating the dating process as if you are trying to one day progress to marriage, then y'all not dating, y'all just fucking, or y'all just hanging out, or y'all just really cool, intimate friends. But if you're not treating, like when I started dating Winter, the one thing I did say, like, because I was single for a long time before Winter. Now, being single doesn't mean I was by myself. Just meant I was single. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't actually in a relationship with anyone, because I told myself afterwards, I was like, look, the next relationship I get in, the day I realize that I won't marry this person, I'm gonna stop fucking with them. So it's like everything about the dating process was a trial to marriage. I'm like, look, like one girl I was talking to that I was thinking about dating, I was just like, look, I never married her, so why even do this? And just kept it moving. And if I would ever got to the point in the dating process with Winter where I'd have looked at her and been like, I could never marry you, I'd have broke up with her that day and be like, nope, this ain't working. Like, why are we wasting time? And so if a woman ain't willing to make a plate for you because she feels like that somehow demeans herself to you, fuck her.
What else? What that also means is, chances are, not all the time, but chances are, she's not trying to give you anything she doesn't want to. If anything that you want, with in service to you, with any kind of glee or zeal.
Yeah, because absolutely, it would be a red flag to her if y'all had been dating for months, maybe a year, and she had a flat tire and you wouldn't go out of your way to at least go change her tire, or at least give her the money or something to get it fixed if she was in a jam. That will get looked at as a red flag for you.
True.
Because even though, hey, we're not married, but hey, if you're not going to do these things now, you're damn sure ain't going to do them once we married.
Mm-hmm. If you can't show me that you can and provide for me right now, within the confines of dating. And really, for a dude, you really paying a lot of bills that you don't need to be paying. However, what you're also displaying is your ability to protect and provide. So
is that the same in the bedroom?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If a woman doesn't want to serve you a plate, she's not sucking cock, bro. She's not. She's not going to serve you for the sake of serving you. And that's the reason I said what I said. She's not going to cook for you. She's not going to give you a plate. Everything is about you, a man, do it. And then she's going to say, you, a man, provide for me while I do what? What the fuck I want to do. It's a red flag.
Or there will always be a price tag on that fellatio, sir.
Exactly. If she's sucking your cock, there's a Lexus request coming.
Yeah, there's a bill coming.
Yep.
You about to call her the next day, be like, hey, what you doing? She's gonna be like, trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this rent. And you're gonna be like, God damn, I knew it was too good to be true.
Exactly.
I knew it. I knew it. She was way too enthusiastic about it.
Exactly.
Ain't never been that good before.
Choking on it and everything. You already know. Anytime a woman performs that well, you already know it's going to cost you. That's why I keep talking about this.
Okay, hey, that's not fair, AJ. Anytime a woman performs that well and it's not the norm.
But
I say, hold on. Anytime it's not the norm.
if she's never done anything for you, and then all of a sudden you see stars, there's a bill coming.
Yeah, I'm like you said, like when guy look, man, it's free game. As a guy, when you get later, farther in your relationship, when you start getting new experience requests sexually, and it ain't your birthday, an anniversary, or a special occasion, your antennas go up. Like, hey.
See, at this point now, y'all been together so long, maybe you're not gonna get married, but y'all are certainly together. That's where requests for houses and cars and trips and all that come in. So, and really that's offensive to me because I would have gave that to you anyway. So what are you doing? It's ridiculous. The bottom line is, if you're out with someone that you met a week ago, and it happens to be one of those situations, it ain't got to be family, but say y'all go out to a mutual friend cookout or something, and she makes you get your own plate, or she positions you to get her plate and yours, you might want to look at this thing in total. Just back up off it and get a bird's eye view, because chances are, not all the time, but chances are she's going to be that way about everything, because we've talked about this on the show. Her money is her money and your money is her money. But if you can't use your power for good and understand what's going on here, then yeah, that's not the one for you. Because a lot of women don't use their power for good. They don't. They live in a world of, I can disrespect him and the world will back me up on that disrespect, so I can keep doing it. And he's supposed to do thus and so. And it's very true. Just because a woman disrespects you doesn't mean you're going to not provide. That's not how men work. That's not how the world works. So be careful. Just letting you know. Red flag.
All right.
Why you want to disrespect Georgia like that, man?
It's a red flag.
It is a red flag.
This is what it is. Red flag.
All right, Moby, what's on your mind?
Doing it for the culture. I've heard this expression several times, often by Black people doing ignorant shit. Doing it for the culture. And for the life of me, I've often wondered, what the fuck is this culture that we're doing it for? And is it really a culture, or is it just a gang of ignorant niggas? Well, this weekend, I went to a HBCU football game, and it hit me that one of the only places that we have what is really, truly a culture is HBCUs. Going to a real HBCU football game, I went to Labor Day Classic, Virginia State, Norfolk State. And honestly, I don't really think it even matters. Just going to a true HBCU is one of the last places where we truly have culture. Because culture is wrapped in tradition and respect, and it does not matter what generation you're from. If you're part of that culture, you're respected as part of that culture. And going to like the Labor Day Classic, you see, of course, you see the students, you see alumni bringing their kids who are little kids, and then you see alumni from 2, 3, sometimes 3 generations above, coming back because this HBCU is a part of their culture. It's a positive experience that they felt safe, often loved. It wasn't it's a good time in their life that they have fond memories over. So it invokes real positive emotions. And hip hop is literally the polar opposite of HBCU culture. And it's funny that when we say doing it for the culture, a lot of times it's a hip hop reference, like, doing it for the culture of hip hop. When if I put HBCU beside hip hop culture, they couldn't be farther away from each other, because HBCU culture doesn't have age restrictions. You don't look, when I was at the game, I didn't see any 20 something year olds disrespecting any 50-year-olds out there having a good time. The culture of HBCU allows people to get old, adapt, grow, and still be part of the culture. Hip hop culture, when we say do it for the culture, it basically means do it for the niggas under 25. And everybody above that, y'all just some old hating ass niggas. Where you don't feel that. Like when you go to fraternities, sororities, I say that's another place where culture and tradition still exists. But you don't see people who are just crossing, disrespecting people 20 years older than them who are part of the same organization. There's a respect there. This is part of our culture. You're part of our culture. The culture is love. The culture is, hey, one day I aspire to be where you are. And, it was just refreshing to see, man. So like when I hear people say doing it for the culture, man, like at some point in time, I don't want fucking people in hip hop to refer to as doing it for the culture, because I don't think many avenues of hip hop are culture. I think many avenues of hip hop are just gangs passing the baton. And I don't mean gangs in the stereotypical way of assuming everybody's out here gang banging. I mean, it's just, if you're not part of my generation, you're part of the opposition. Where, people in my era, I look at late 90s and early 2000s as, hey, that was the sweet spot of rap. And Ruben might be like the late 80s, early 90s. That's the sweet spot of rap. And a lot of times we are too busy arguing with each other over what era was truly more indicative of the culture, where you don't see that at HBCUs. You don't see nobody that graduated in 78 from HBCU looking at the 2024 graduates being like, y'all niggas ain't really graduates of a HBCU. No, they like, yo, you're part of the alumni now. You're part of the family. And I just wish, we could spread that level of culture that you see at HBCUs across all of our spectrum of culture. And there's a real small part of me that's just like, man, I hope these young niggas don't mess this shit up too. Because they be trying. They be trying. Somebody got shot after the Labor Day Classic and died. And I'm just like, damn, we can't have shit, man. But yeah, that's what's on my mind. Doing it for the culture, man. Like, what culture are you actually doing it for?
That's what's
all
up.
right. Cool. Man, what's on my mind is September. It's just, it's still 88 freaking degrees outside, which I'm not a fan of. But more importantly, man, we're at episode 193. 200 episodes is about to happen very soon. And I can only sit here and reflect on the happiness I feel about it. Because, in the grand scheme of things, who stays with something so long? That is not your wife. and it's not your kids, it's not your significant other, and it's not a job. So I want to take this time to publicly thank Moby and AG for being with me on this journey, because the cool thing about it is we'll get to 200, we'll celebrate, I'll shed a couple tears, and I'll say some shit like, man, this is like the longest relationship I've ever been in. Or some shit like
You
that.
say that often. You say that
I
often.
do. I do. Just it is sad that I say that. But it's just one of those things where, yeah, it's amazing what we can do when we put our minds to it. And I think that regardless of whatever situation that you're in, I feel like everybody should have one thing that they love to do, and one thing that keeps them going, and stuff like that. And you should do it, regardless of what it is, long as it's legal. I mean, long as it's legal. We don't robbing banks ain't the move. Just putting that out there, But yeah, do something that you feel good at. But yeah, I am going to take this time to publicly thank Moby and AG, because I don't know if I say thank you enough to them.
You don't.
Yeah, thanks.
I knew he could help himself.
I'm just saying, man, stop being so vulnerable up here, man. Like, stop saying it's the longest relationship you've been in. Like, I don't want you to be out there on that. You know what? I'll share too. This is the most I've talked in a relationship before. See, now we're being out here vulnerable together.
So dumb. Only Moby can take a heartwarming segment and just.
I mean, I'm being serious. This is the most I've ever talked in a relationship.
Oh Jesus!
I bet my wife can agree with you. She'd be like, "Yeah, I talk more on this show than I do to her all week sometimes."
Wow, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Look, if you let her tell the story, it ain't actually true, AJ. You let her tell the story.
I mean, but but here's the thing, right? Some of the greatest things about this is one day your daughters will be old enough to listen to some of this if they really care, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, man, Dad talked about us like we ain't shit."
They're never gonna be that interested in anything that I've ever done, other than them. Like, right now, they're interested in me, but like it's slowly weaning away. By the time they're old enough to even think about listening to this, they'll be like, "You're just an old dude. It doesn't matter anymore." Like we've learned all we need to learn from you. Like, are you gonna help us get this car or not? You gonna help us with this tuition or what?
Wow.
All right. Well,
You've been reduced to an ATM, sir.
Have I been reduced? I mean, look, you let some women tell the story. I have the pleasure of funding them.
You are. You know what? I'm sorry. That's absolutely true. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And of course, W. Bradley once said you don't talk to her. So
wow,
we knew that was coming.
You don't even talk to her at all.
No,
ouch,
not at all.
And somehow the house keeps running. So, but nah, man, it's good. I'm happy. It's episode 193. I can't wait to get 200. I can't wait to get 300. I can't wait to get to the 4th year anniversary. I can't wait. And I appreciate everyone who listens to this show, because you've been there with me since day one. And hey, man, it's going to be some more days, hopefully. So with that being said, thank you to everyone listening to the show today. We appreciate you spending time with us, whether you listen to us on live on Sundays at 9 p.m. or on the podcast, which comes out usually on the weekend or whatever I feel like putting it up. So
at least you was honest, no cap.
Well, hey, hand to God.
on God. So, but yeah, once again, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell somebody about us. Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We here, and I can not say you can't get this anywhere, but some of this shit you just can't get anywhere but here. And we appreciate you for doing that. And of course, as always, we just gonna go ahead and have a good week and all that stuff. So peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of